Traxxas stuff.
What if
There's
it's
a
not
bunch of
even the
references
marathon?
to the company.
Isn't Traxxas a Halo thing?
It is, but I think there were seeds of it in the Marathon universe. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, shows what I know.
Well, it just goes to show that the repeating ripples that they do, from the aliens with 3 eyes to company names to ship names, et cetera, et cetera. I do see like a heavy like sci-fi punk Japanese influence in it. I mean, there's a lot of Ghost of the Shell in here. There's a lot of very, very Japanese stylistic elements to it. So I think there's going to be a lot of heavy Sony stuff in this.
I was gonna say that it kind of feels like visually a cyberpunk version of GTFO.
Yes.
Which
hold on, what's GT Grand Theft for auto?
Grand Theft 4 oh no, that would be GTFA. Darn it.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. This year has seen the resurrection of 2 of my favorite childhood video game franchises, and now I want them to cross over.
Hey, I want a remake of Another World. I would love to see an out of this world updated version. Really? Oh, nice. Well, tell you what. Do you want to crack out the stream gear and I can?
Here I am.
No?
I'm on now. Okay.
All right, sweet. Well, welcome everyone for tuning in. We certainly hope you enjoyed the impromptu Rampacy.net. We're coming out of our asses to jump on Discord and freak out over Marathon stream. Thank you for joining. For those of you not in the know, Bungie decided to drop a giant bomb on everyone. I don't know when this was announced, but we just heard about it right now.
An hour ago.
There was I forget whether it was an announcement, but there was a rumor. There was a story that was some out that the Marathon IP was being used for an extraction shooter, and that is what this is. And we all I think we even mentioned it once on the stream. We were kind of like, that seems like an odd combination.
I think a lot of people wanted it back in the day. I mean, I can remember us even speculating about this when Destiny was revealed. Like, hey, wouldn't it be great because they've nailed all the motion and combat stuff that they take the underpinnings of Destiny and make a Marathon game out of it? And everybody kind of said, yeah, maybe, kind of. They groaned and oh my God, it seems to be here. So
it's a Marathon game, or is it just Bungie pulling an IP they own out of their butt? What is an extraction
themed game?
Well, see, the question is this the one that they got with China money? Because is this the one that they got support for them? Because apparently they had invested a vast amount into this. Is this that title, or is there another thing coming? And this is just something in the middle of those two, between Destiny and that.
And what happened to Bungie Aerospace? we can ignore that one.
Maybe.
But Funk.
Yeah.
You'd asked what an extraction shooter was. If I remember correctly, the genesis of the genre was Left 4 Dead.
Left 4 Dead, where you show up on a level with your buddies and then kill zombies?
You fight your way to an exit, and you have to perform tasks along the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So how would that be a player?
I mean, that goes even way back. That's like, the Nazi shooters, whatchamacallit.
Yeah, I was thinking more like The Division. Because it's the looting bit, you escape
but wouldn't
with
that
loot.
be more of a co-op rather than a PvP? Because I keep seeing PvP everywhere that they have listed.
Yeah, PvP only.
So
okay,
Halo had that in one of their later games where we had to infiltrate, and then the other team was defending.
Yes.
The only PvP extraction shooter I can think of is Ghost of Tarkov.
Okay.
I guess that's absolutely
everyone's saying it's got that feel.
Yeah. Is actually I said that and then immediately had 3 other games that Ghost of Tarkov is based of. That's basically, it's not quite the battle royale nonsense, but it is the sort of you're dropped into a situation and you have to compete with other players to get out of it.
So,
is my
Narc, if you look
understanding.
at the text chat on your screen there,
Yes.
I guess you're looking at the.
I see Harriet R saying, "How did Durandal set up a YouTube channel? Yo, new marathon game."
No, I meant our text chat.
I cannot see that right now. I do not have the screen real estate for this.
The voice.
Okay, all right. Okay, where is it? Is it in general?
No, for our voice chat channel that we're in.
Okay, hold on. Well, keep in mind, there's like 12 of these, so you know.
Okay,
anyway,
I see that now. Hold on.
You can see that Claude just told me that they were Hamish was invited to Bungie headquarters last week.
That is very, more than anything, that makes me feel good about this new game, because that means they care about the story a lot.
Well, they went to Fuego de Tajo, so how much could they care? You know, I mean,
I don't think that really means. All that means is these game companies know who's back to scratch when it comes. You know, you're going to go to the flame keepers, and you know, bring them in. And also Claude just made it clear the game is still way out. So
well, yeah. How way are we talking?
Well, enough to tell me. You know, hold your horses. It's way out. So
okay, so it's a hurry up and wait scenario.
Yeah.
Okay. So the T-shirt purchase is premature. Is that what you're saying?
The T-shirt purchase is again on the ball with these game companies now. Hit them with the merch right away.
Okay, Narc, get the T-shirt, get the green black one.
Start monetizing right away. Why not? Do whatever you can to get the, to get the fan base riled up. And my only comment that I've been saving until Narc put this on the stream is that I'll just be happy if they bring in I don't care about the placement of the year or whatever. I just think that they have not. I feel like for some reason, whether on purpose or just by accident, they never touched these character types. There's been no Durandal in Myth, in Oni, in Halo, in Destiny. There's been no Leela, I think, in any of these games.
Leela?
Or Tycho. Mm-hmm.
Or Tycho, or even what's his name, Hoth, right?
Yeah.
So it's really, I think it's be great for them to play with those character types.
Jail in chat says, "I miss Leela so much."
Yeah, because Leela was really the thing about Leela. I know you mentioned the Cortana, but the thing about Leela is that she was an innocent. She was such a pure innocent, just trying to do like the right thing. And
so she went rampant.
Right.
Yeah,
but I mean that was her character though. She was just good and not like, knowing things, and
which is why I think they did so little for her. She gets kind of shuffled off stage very early on in Marathon and gets live dissected and then goes rampant. But it's very much off stage kind of things.
Yeah. So that's why that to me would be really fascinating, just to get hints of those character types in the new game, even if they just dole it out over however many like iterations of the game. I'm sure there's going to be another 10-year plan. I'm assuming, right?
Not another one.
Should we go through and just read what it actually says here? Because I got to admit, I just jumped on here because Blackstar was like, "Hey, did you see this?" I'm like, "No, I haven't seen what you're talking about."
So I kind of snowballed from there. That's why we're all here. Because it kills me that Jail literally chimed in 5 seconds after I finished watching the trailer. Because believe it or not, I hit this by accident looking for the teaser for the Destiny Final Shape, and this popped up, and I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on with Sony and Marathon? This doesn't make sense. And I absolutely freaked out because I thought it was a fake teaser. I thought it was a fan thing. I thought it was somebody doing a video project that either loved Marathon or was, doing something different. Because stylistically, visually, color-wise, it all seemed very different, very modern. And then I saw the Bungie on the wall in the background. I was like, wait a minute, hold on here. So yeah, and that just kind of
I
snowballed.
don't know. To me, the fact that it was so different is what told me that it was Bungie.
Yep.
Right. It's almost reminiscent of like whatever. It doesn't matter. Go ahead. Read the thing, Narc.
Ghost in the Shell was the first thing that came to mind with me when you see the assembly of the.
I don't like System Shock too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Or System Shock. I mean, anything with the whole Android style character, and I saw the clone listings, and then I saw the date, and I was like, wait a minute, what's going on here?
Okay.
But the color palette did not scream Marathon or Bungie to me at the beginning. I was kind of hung up on that, all the neon. But
it screams Marathon packaging.
The Marathon 2
Wasn't there
4 palette.
Was it like the pointed pack that had cool colors on
yeah. Well, to be honest, I remember, I mean, because there's very, 80s stylistically, high neon color schemes for it. And it seemed very boxy and blocky. And I honestly thought I was looking at like leaked test footage or something. Because, the characters that didn't have like a refine or a polish, everything seems very flat and well lit. And, of course, there's a big disclaimer, not actual gameplay. So I didn't know what was real and what was just advertising. So I'd be curious as to when the first stuff comes out. But if, as Mega said, we're kind of in hurry up and wait mode, it's like, well, we may not see something, real for quite a while.
The font here to me, it kind of looks a little bit like
House of Leaves,
like something from the beta. Like
I was going to ask, if anybody could ID it.
Okay. Well, anyway.
See.
So text says a massive ghost ship hangs in low orbit over a lost colony on Tau Ceti 4. The 30,000 souls who call this place home have disappeared without a trace. Strange signals hint at mysterious artifacts, long dormant AI, and troves of untold riches. You are a runner venturing into the unknown in a fight for fame and infamy. Who among you will write their names across the stars? And then there's some text on the side that appears to be, your standard messaging from an AI. It says, you are not welcome here in this body world moment and beyond. You will find corruption. Run, please, run. And does that say thought? It looks like it's THAWT.
Yeah, repeatedly. There's UESC log numbers in the upper right-hand corner. Somebody's going to dissect those bit by bit.
Right, there's going to be an ARG tied to this or something somewhere.
Yeah. The next thing is teaser. It says by 2850, clone technology allows a person to reliably shift their consciousness from their, quote, born body to a new synthetic body and back again. So that, I guess, is the gameplay gist. We're in this universe that you can pop in and out of these synthetic clones back and forth. And they see the whole animation with little robotic caterpillars making threads, and you see what looks like the synth being assembled, all being woven together like silk.
Yeah, and I guess that's the in-world explanation for the respawn mechanic. Just like, we've got Guardians and Destiny who get brought back from ghosts because magic.
Yep. And then, of course, next panel is from the creators of Halo and Destiny, two biggest recognizable IPs. Nobody mentions Pog or Ganop.
Or Myth.
Become a runner in Bungie's new sci-fi PvP extraction shooter, compete for survival, riches, and renown in a world of evolving, persistent zones where any run can lead to greatness. Marathon is currently in development for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC, yay, with full cross-play and cross-save. So I have a feeling that they're taking a lot from everything they've been doing with Destiny for the past 10 years, and that's where like the foundation is coming from, because those are all things that we currently have now. And as intrusion detected, security V20911, another UNSC log number, and then of course a panel somewhere in the heavens with a series of dots. They look like either star value locations and numbers, and then of course some more AI
God, they're going to do an ARG, aren't they?
And I was going to say, does anybody identify the logo in the upper right-hand corner? The Pac-Man eating what looks like to be a waypoint.
Kermit's in. We got to give him voice.
Yeah, somebody's
hold on
gonna.
a second, Kermit. Hold on.
I want to say that's either something Svitker or Yarrow related.
Okay, I wasn't sure because we apparently have, we're on Tau Ceti and they mentioned the AI, so I'm wondering if that's one of those or one of the variations or an offshoot, or if anybody from the lore
Kermit, you
can
might have to
remember
leave and come back for that change to take effect.
And he was never seen or heard from again.
So it's implied here pretty heavily that the ghost ship is the Marathon, which would make sense.
I assume so.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, they've done stupider stuff. Wasn't like their Halo 3 had no Halo. I just want to point that out. Or was there? No, it was at the end. I forgot.
Well,
No,
it
sorry.
wasn't finished. It was technically a remake.
Halo Reach had no Halo.
True.
Okay. Anyway,
But they had Reach, so truth in advertising.
That's true. Anyway, so then and there's an AI there. Who do we think the AI is?
Well, see, that's just it. I wasn't sure if any of the lore masters wanted to chime in on that.
Let's see.
Because it also says at the bottom, it says 4 secured. Does anybody remember?
The AI is going to be Bing. Exclusive licensing.
God, I hope not. I could have just said the Chat GPT.
You had to pick the worst one of a bad bunch.
I mean, it's only
only
3 letters away from Bungie, so.
Frog Blast Event Core!
Yeah. I could just see them touting, with new large language model integration, we're going to have a whole listing of new features. It's like, oh my god.
Bingy.
I would imagine it's a 4 clone of Tycho.
Oh, you think? Oh, it's possible. How many? There were a lot, weren't they?
Right. That's the only in universe as we had it explanation.
Okay. I was just wondering if anybody might narrow it down by the date. What was happening in 2850 with the AIs? Because isn't there 30,000-year gaps at some point? So
2850, Tycho clones are helping the 4 hold up. I happen to have the timeline pulled up.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. Awesome.
Tycho clones are holding off the UESC and Svitkur to, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I just realized I've been saying it by myself on the internet for 20 years. Or not 20 years, for a while now, but the Tycho clones are helping the 4 stop from completely collapsing. They've got about 11 years left to fight in them, according to the timeline. But it's been 30 years since Marathon 2. So Leela is probably doing her thing in that planetary network that she was part of in the epilogue of 2. Yeah.
Okay, so she might be a cast member at some point. Potentially. Okay. The timeline matches.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, Jail will be happy.
But if she's across the galaxy.
Yeah. One thing I did notice is the repeated phrase on the "You are not welcome here" thing. That is actually spelled out repeated ITHTAWI, which feels familiar. I don't remember where from, but that feels familiar.
We'll have to dig up
because it sounds like one of the box acronyms.
Yeah, could be.
Maybe.
Wow. Everybody's going to have to start re-jogging past memories for this. This is great.
Yeah. There's no results.
I'm going to have to reread the Marathon Story
website.
Oh, everyone will. You just know it, Kermit.
Oh, he's cover to cover. That could take years.
Oh, it is.
Hey,
I am.
Good.
Or you can just watch Narc's 64 hours marathon.
Marathon of Marathon.
That's true.
We did read a lot of terminals.
I've done it before.
Just tuck your phone under your pillow as you sleep. You'll absorb it all.
Yeah, through the osmosis feature of our podcast.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna have some replays of Angry Sadness and Envy.
Here's a question.
Well, before I get into that, I found the font to the new Marathon title. It's called It's called Rocinante Tilting. I'm putting a link in the Discord.
Awesome. You
Now,
know
wait
that's
a
going to be
minute.
popular.
Did somebody make that custom for this then?
Ooh, that'd be funny.
Yeah, because Rosinante, that's
also a
name
literary
of,
reference that Marathon makes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or they chose that font specifically for this purpose.
Oh,
Yeah.
that looks very much like.
Or is someone a Rush fan?
Ooh, could be. Could be.
Well,
Either-
someone here is.
Either that or they love The Expanse.
I do have a question.
Shoot.
Does anyone know an AI that would be a big enough goofball to require us to get an old 90s era game cheating program to enable an external link? Because
What?
apparently a codemaster is required to enable external link according to the Cody texty blip at the end.
Codemaster.
And I remember owning one of those for the PlayStation 1 and PS2.
Well, I
They
don't
were
remember that. I remember Game Shark and Game Genie.
Yeah, it was the same. It was the same idea, but Codemasters was like the off-brand,
The Walmart version, if you will.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were joking.
interesting.
They actually are selling T-shirts already.
I told you. What do you think?
I thought you were joking. I thought you were making fun of me.
No, I absolutely was not.
I had not scrolled down that far.
I'm hoping that they number them. You can say you got number 001.
Narc, you know that engine is very well greased.
I know. I was pissed actually that I just I went through all this stuff for the last season to get the Triumph T-shirt for this year, and then I tried to order it as soon as I got it, but ordering was unavailable. And the next time I thought about it was literally the day after the window closed to order it. And I tried tweeting out and tagged the Bungie store and a bunch of other accounts like, can anybody help me? Can I order my T-shirt? I didn't get any answer.
No, well, just to prove to you I am not joking, that the listings that they have right now, pre-order, the green one I'm thinking for you is called the Cyber Acne T-shirt. Price listing is $77.77. The Mida T-shirt is white with the Mida logo on it. The Traxxas T-shirt is black with the Traxxas logo. The UESC is a blue T-shirt with their iconography vertical. And then there's a Mida T-shirt Strobe, which is kind of a neon greenish yellow with their logo. I might go with
the Traxxas one.
And the price
because
obviously matched the tone.
I got to say this. I'm kind of bummed because, maybe I should know this, but I just got down to the part where they said it's a PvP extraction shooter, which I had read about, but I did not connect the dots. I'm a little bummed.
I think most of us are with you there.
Yep. Well, see, the funny thing is, though, from what Meg says, is that they're still a ways out. There may be feedback and or changes that may steer the ship in a slightly different expansive direction. Because, everybody knows what Halo development was. And literally some of the best things that made that game the popular success it was were all added last minute.
And look at the Overwatch 2 reception after the Blizzard just killed their single-player PvE scenario. People are just in droves at how bad that decision was.
Yep. Hey, shall we talk about Redfall?
How many old folks are around that really are feeling the way we are, though?
obviously, they're in this chat room that we know right now. I don't know if there are any more chat rooms.
There's 9 of us.
If they're trying to show that they care about that kind of stuff by flying Hamish out and bringing up all this old junk, they have to know old guys care about it. And they kind of also have to know that while Marathon fans certainly played the deathmatch mode and kill the man with the ball and stuff like that, that was very much a story-driven game, and we can't possibly
absolutely
like it as much as they want us to. So I expect there's going to be a lot more to this supposed PvP-only game than we're seeing here.
Additionally,
we can hope. We can hope.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's all it is, I'm not as thrilled as I was an hour
So,
ago.
are you saying I should cancel the T-shirt pre-order? Is that it?
No, the T-shirt's cool. I mean,
I think given the nature that this is a
$37
PvP
cool?
game and likely always online, that T-shirt is probably going to be the only thing left of it if they decide to shut it down.
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised. Leela, what were you saying? Leah? I thought she said something.
She's not.
actually, I
in the
just
queue.
bought a shirt. I just bought a shirt from them several years ago that looks very much like the black one.
Isn't the 77?
Remember, they sold a marathon shirt.
Yeah, that was the 25th anniversary.
Yeah. Isn't the $77 price the placeholder price they put in when you can't actually order a thing?
Yes. Well, they say
Yes.
estimated shipping window is 2 to 3 months after placing order. And size chart goes from XS always to 4XL and unisex or specifically women's. So,
also, props to Bungie for being like one of the only companies that I'm aware of that puts out merch in 4X.
Yay!
Like everything I ever try to buy, because I wear 4X. Everywhere goes up to like it tops out at 3X at the most, usually 2X.
Oh yeah, well, they also, scaling on those is always never accurate, and after you wash it, it always shrinks anyway. So always want to go for the bigger sizes. Now, why didn't they push it for 343 or 7X? I don't know. Those would be more Bungie related numbers. But in fact, I was actually going to dig through the SKU numbers to see if they had given them anything specific that would also be tied to the lore.
Wait a second, though. To answer Nark's question, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Nark, when you talked about the 777, it's usually like 777,000 or something.
True. It's usually something ridiculously
This is a little
high.
Scary.
Yeah,
you're right. It's scary. It's almost
scary
like they actually think that's a real price.
I'm a sucker, but not that much of one.
Yeah, I might be, but I think I'm gonna have to get one of the black ones though, because like we're still doing work in front of a green screen, and there's too much green in some of these other ones. It's kind of problematic. The Traxxas
you could get the Traxxas one.
The Traxxas one looks good. And it's also got the heart, the art high up on the shirt, so it'll definitely be in frame.
All right, I'll get you the Traxxas one. Yeah, I'll get you the Traxxas one, and I
like the UESC one a lot. I think that's cool.
All right, we'll get you that one.
Blackstar, you give me the white Mida one.
You want the Mida one? I'll get you the white Mida one. Yeah.
Now I have not seen.
Anyone else want the shirt that Blackstar can buy for him?
Yeah. Anything else?
I want the Cyber Acme. Definitely.
You want the Cyber Acme?
Yeah.
Okay.
That is the coolest looking one.
All right. Well, tell you what.
Are you playing Santa Claus here, Blackstar? Is that what's going on?
I've always been fond of you.
Hey, if that's what they say, get everybody in chat.
Don't forget to use code 7777777.
You think that'll work? Maybe there'll be a coupon. Just put your size and address listings in the chat below. I'll ship them out.
All right. Now I haven't seen the trailer yet. Do we want to play the trailer?
Yes, please play the trailer.
You haven't seen the trailer?
No, I did not see the trailer. I looked at the website. I came on and I started building the scene for this stream, and that's all I've done so far. I got the trailer queued up. I'll play it through Discord, but I guess you guys have already watched it, so.
A nice.
I have not watched it, so this will be a first.
All right.
Nice new graphic stuff they're showing.
Right.
So you're streaming right now on YouTube?
Yeah, we're on right now on YouTube, and it'll also be visible on my camera in the Discord. So
and there's some good comments on YouTube. Zaldera is also anti-PvP.
No spoilers, please.
Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
it.
A woman at last.
I'll take that.
Nice reference there, Jim. All right, cool.
So,
let me
No
scrub
Man's-
back through this.
No
Hey, get this
Man's
fit. You know,
Sky
get the
has the
compiler.
marathon logo without the circle in the opening, so maybe this is a No Man's Sky crossover.
I don't know. It had so many different elements, and maybe I'm hung up on the color palette. But the design, and of course they say this is not real gameplay, so it's like, okay, well, what actually is? Is this just the idea of the world that they're intending to do? I mean, outright? Is this finalized? Is this just literally cherry picking all great things and somebody's visual interpretation of what those might be? I honestly, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it, but man, do they have my attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watching it again now, this looks awfully not ruined to be the same Tau Ceti 4 colony from Marathon 1.
Not ruined enough.
Well, we never really saw Tau Ceti Colony in Marathon 1, so I have no frame of reference on what things are supposed to look like.
Well, see, visually and everything, there was only so much that you had because the majority of a lot of these things were all done with terminals and text and left to interpretation. And every other example of it, I think a lot of it was fan-based with expansions and extra games that came after the original 3.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, for them to come up and say, other than those tiny little pictures that you got in those briefings, how can anybody really say what specifically anything should or shouldn't look like? So stylistically, they may have a lot of freedom with it. I honestly don't know.
I just remember Leela saying towards the end of Marathon 1 that there was heavy fighting on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And that looks very much like the Tau Ceti colony pulled a Roanoke.
Yeah. I mean, for
just-
all of them to disappear, and maybe that mystery will be part of the story. Maybe that,
Yeah, and
this,
you know.
this might be all after that. Like whatever fighting was happening in the aftermath of the Marathon story, after that story leaves Tau Ceti, it could be that after that something else happens and the colony disappears, and that's why. So it's a recovered, rebuilt
How far
colony
is
that
this
has
game
disappeared.
from
I don't know.
Marathon?
I'm looking
It's
at
a couple
the
decades after Marathon 2.
I'm looking at the storm here and wondering if that's going to be the zone closing mechanic. You know, the way. What's the other game I'm thinking of? Because it's not Tarkov. Tarkov doesn't have this. But
I'm just saying things.
You usually do, Funk.
what's the other one? Fallout 76 had a mode like it called Nuclear Winter, and they had a firestorm that closed the zone around it. What's the other game I'm thinking of that has that mechanic? The one
Fortnite
Battle Royale?
and Battle.
Yeah,
and
Fortnite has it.
Players Unknown goes better.
Yeah.
PUBG.
Yeah, PUBG was the one I was
Yeah,
thinking of.
PUBG would be the first one that I brought to mind. And speaking of PUBG, if you look in the trailer, about 1 minute and 13 seconds in, you get an orbit shot. You know, presumably the look of something in orbit down in the zone, which looks like it's named V5, and it very much looks like a top-down shot of a normal human style environment with boxes and a facility and some kind of either manufacturing or construction or industrial. So yeah, it could be this is one of many zones or maps where you have to extract out of. So yeah, this may be one of 27, 80 billion. I don't know. I don't know how many maps or locations they'll have. Or how much variation. I'm waiting for somebody to say, uniquely made and AI constructed and totally random every time to keep it fresh and new. So I honestly don't know, but it seems very conventional from orbit.
Yeah.
I do like how they've taken the ship that's gone through the moon, then so that when you move the camera, it looks like Durandal's sword logo.
Yeah, well, see, that's just it. Thematically, they all seem to be, stitching all of those together.
Very good.
It's warming up to me. It really is.
It seems like the LED display on the back that is counting down. It's not just numbers; it was doing a countdown.
Yeah. Gee, I wonder if somebody's going to decipher those.
I'm not gonna give it away unless someone's already found it. But there's a Easter egg in there.
There's probably 50 Easter eggs.
We haven't yet started to scrub anything. Okay, so here's our compiler.
There's one that should be pretty. From what I'm hearing, it's should stand out pretty quickly. Something that will lead you somewhere else.
So there's a URL in there somewhere.
I figured there was going to be some I Love Bees level stuff in here. The question is just
where. Of course, it's I Love Bees.
For all those online that may not know the reference, the I Love Bees was an advertising link that was dumped into some Halo advertising back in the day. They actually had their own CD and extra disc with specialty items that tied you into the Halo universe. So it went viral back in the day.
I was hoping that you don't really see a lot of the compiler here, do you?
No, he's in there very, very briefly, and I'm sure every single page of computer logo text. Traxxas Global.
That light also looks very high on the figure compared to a Marathon compiler.
Okay, there is a page of computer. Yeah, there is a page of computer text at the beginning. I'm trying to see if I can blow it up, but sadly, this is only a 1080p res trailer. Has anybody found a bigger one?
There was a 4K one I could download, but it was WebM, so I just downloaded this because it was the fastest.
Okay, I'm gonna find a 4K one because the one I have is 1080p and blowing this up. It's highly compressed, so the details lost. Let me get a 4K one.
Yeah. I do really like that.
Guys, I have to run.
Okay, Garrett.
You just if you find any secrets, post them in the chat, so I'll find them later. But Meg, we gotta talk sometime.
Kermit, you guys.
Absolutely, Kermit.
And leaving. I'm gonna be leaving.
All right, Meg.
We're the old guys. I got stuff to do.
I know you. It's past your.
That's right.
This was entirely impromptu. I just jumped on to do this because Blackstar was like, "Hey, did you see this?"
Oh yeah, no. Everybody just kind of came in last minute, so I totally get it. But I
got a question. How do I leave?
Catch you later, man.
You can check out, but you can never leave.
Command Q. If you're on Windows, it's pull the plug.
Yep.
I'm gonna click this disconnect button. See what happens. See you guys.
All right.
Okay. See you, Garrett.
Later.
Oh, and he was never seen or heard from again. Yeah, Mig. Well, dude, thanks for coming down. Hopefully, we'll touch base later on down the road with this.
Yeah, I'm giving a quick look at the thing to see if I can find that Easter egg to give you a hint at least.
Jesus.
It is currently 8 a.m. in Japan right now, and I'm going to be leaving Japan to come back home in 4 hours. So this is probably the last time I'm going to be not acting like a zombie.
Understandable.
I'm reading the Marathon story page forum, and somebody
Did they give it away?
Found a thing.
Yes. Uh-oh. Yep. See, I told you they'd dive in real quick.
Yeah, you got to look at the little bits where a lot of frames are, going.
Oh yeah, jiggity. I figured. Yeah, I'm literally going through this frame by frame. I figured, everyone's going to be dissecting this.
Well, and I certainly think that's a compiler. I mean, the head, while barely visible, looks metallic and chrome.
Oh yeah. Okay. I just thought it looks probably more like what it is, which is a human figure in some kind of a costume, because I can't tell if any of this is rotoscoped or whether it's all. I just happened to notice
yeah,
it just seemed like the head is a lot closer to that light than it is in the original Mullins image.
Yeah, there's one page of it looks like, it's a Traxxas global page at the early beginning. There looks like an entire page of, should I say, the top part of it, HTML or code, and it's such low res though. I'm having a hard time dissecting it, but yeah, I'm sure there's a whole bunch. Oh, wait, there's a QRL. There's a QRL code on the Caterpillar.
There you go.
Oh, see, I knew it. I knew it was around somewhere.
Okay, so paste it in one of the chats then somewhere, and I'll load it up.
Let me take a photo. Actually, yeah, I can do that from my iPad. Hold on.
Something relevant to it might be relevant to jail wallies in Japan.
Get ready for what I thought of it is someone finally tapped the genius of double aught.
You know what I would,
and their website and their website coding genius.
You know what I was thinking? Sorry.
I thought you would have wanted Kirkpatrick back. Assuming you could do that.
Golly, I know Greg Kirkpatrick has said in interviews that he has no interest in writing professionally again, but that is something that I would just absolutely go nuts over. I did find some more code nonsense around 13 seconds into the trailer.
Okay, so where do you want me to paste this, in general chat or
just in any of the chats, either in this chat or in the YouTube chat or?
Okay, that's the screenshot that I got.
I do like that it does seem to be setting up 4 factions.
Oh, that's not a surprise. 4 factions, 3 AIs.
Wait,
is it setting up
which chat?
4 factions or 4 factions?
4.
4 or 4?
For the numerical value, not for the alien species. Because we've got Mida and the UESC at odds, and then it looks like Traxxas Industries is competing with Cyber Acme, which that is really pulling some old stuff. Because I remember, like, there's 2 references to Cyber Acme in Terminals total, if I remember right. But I will be right back.
I kept thinking, is this Jodorowsky's Dune or Jodorowsky's Marathon?
I know. Well, see, that was me earlier. The color palette really, really struck a
so you mean
curiosity.
It's never going to come out?
A lot of strange things have happened in video games recently.
Yeah, that was that frame. I can't.
We never saw.
Okay. Yeah, there's a forward URL. If you open that up, it'll take you to a seriously garbled website. It's a .jp address. If you want, I'll type it out.
Yeah, I can.
Deca says, QR code is not compatible with phone according to the site it links, apparently. Oh, really? Okay, because maybe that's why mine is garbled. But yeah, I'll try it on the computer, too. SEKG.
Adobe Flash.
Oh God, that would be horrible.
So actually, Mig, I got a question. You made a reference that I can only assume. Double aught. Did they have a horrible website?
Assume as in ass and you and me?
That's
no,
right.
Wait, what? What are you asking about double aught?
You said they got double aught website coding. Did they?
I said they're honoring the genius of double aught's website coding from way back then. Did you ever see their stuff when they were working on Duality and right before then, like right in that?
No, I didn't get internet at home until 2000.
Yeah, they did some of the funkiest fucking shit with HTML and JavaScript. That page, that JP page, is exactly what they were able to do back with HTML1 and JavaScript 1, I guess.
So you were actually giving them a compliment.
Oh yeah, I think I would look at that page like, how the heck are they getting all this weird gibberish and text moving? And it was all once you looked at the source, it was just all these tricks they were doing. It's really, really funky stuff. And so as soon as I saw JP, listen, I'm just making up that they actually even know about the double auth thing, but it feels like it, it's got that same flavor of like discombobulated text screen, just kind of going all crazy. And if they are kind of hinting at some of that, then that's great. But I mean, it's just nice that's what reminded me of thinking back then, of the nostalgia of that experience back then. Because, there was always this attempt at showing rampancy in different ways visually, and these guys were able, I guess, especially with what is it, the hats off stuff could get really kind of weird, right? The way the text dialogue was going on. I'm trying to picture it now. The hats off stuff, because that was like hex code, right? I'm having a hard time remembering where that stuff was.
Yeah, it was the hex code that turned into a bin hex archive that you could then convert from the binary to text encoding back into a binary file, which was an archive that you could then unstuff, and then it unstuffed into the little multiplayer map.
Yeah, right. You know what? Maybe I'm thinking of. I think someone took it upon themselves to take the text from that portion and like turned it into a story, like a whole little narrative thing on Hamish's story page. Like turned it into like a little like art project thing, and like and made it look like this really weird, someone's mind is melting kind of thing. So I apologize for mixing fan created and the actual gameplay. But anyway, the point stands. It's always interesting.
It can all be kind of thrown together.
Yeah,
they can take. It's not like they can't. What do I got? Like 3 guys there from the '90s left. There's Jason, and,
right?
They probably aren't even. They maybe don't even have the story Bible if they ever even decided to make one for Marathon. It's totally. I wouldn't be surprised if we, once this game comes out, we see our theories that made it to the Marathon story page, like actually play out here. There's no reason they can't take fan ideas over the course of the past 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
I would.
Right.
Yeah, of course, and that doesn't work because it's all just.
It's just.
Images.
What is that?
What did I miss? Boy, Question Deck is really blowing up.
It on Netscape Navigator.
No.
Oh, okay. Actually, some of this does translate. So leadership Morio Sakamoto.
Is Deck can Deck talk? Because he's like blowing up with the data here.
The who? What? Huh?
I'm sorry, Deca in the Let's Play chat. He's in the voice channel, but is muted.
Oh, I see. Holy smokes! Yeah, there he goes.
Yeah, well, like I said, he's blowing it up.
If he wants it.
All right. So,
Deca, join and come back in so we can hear you talk.
He may
Deca is also deafened, so he can't hear us either.
It appears to be terms and conditions of for this company, for the Sekiguchi Genetics.
Well, there's also a bio here of this person, Morio Sakamoto, CFO, date of birth December 24, 2826. So we have a date now. Experienced technical executive with over 30 years experience in finance and operations in private and public technology companies. Prior to joining the Sekiguchi Group, he held various senior executive finance positions in the business units of Traxess Interplanetary. Interesting, and that's not Trax-Us with U and 1 X. It's Traxess with 2 X's and an A. Prior to that, he served as interim chief financial officer for several public and private companies, including Reticon. Oh, there you go. Reticon Heavy Industries. So maybe they're doing a Reticon. Peerless Solutions, Zero Systems, and Oni-Sys Machinery Industries.
There's a good reference.
These are all such Ghost in the Shell cyberpunk company names.
He's also a mythical figure who is ping-ponged from company to company. That's not there. I was just making that up. He also served as a management consultant for Alpha Interplanetary Inc., leading its successful turnaround, public offering, and subsequent sale to Thyrsis Group. Former director of Tool Company Limited, he holds a master's degree in economics from Hitotsubashi ICS and passed the CPA exam. There's awards and biography. He joined Sakaguchi Genetics in August 2879, appointed senior manager of research and development division in June 2884, appointed senior vice president of technology strategy in May 2885, August 2885, appointed as director of audit and supervisory board. In August of 2886, appointed chief financial officer.
Question is, does he eat honey and does he like bees?
And the widget in the top left is a login window that wants a username. So apparently there's something to enter from.
Oh, great! Well, you know that everyone and their cousin is going to try to hack that.
Yeah,
they're going Cave Johnson on this run.
Oh yeah. I'm sure that all the nerds who want to dissect it are going to be doing this piece by piece and rip apart the HTML code.
Randall as a username.
Now it wants a password.
Yeah, who knows what that is? See what happens if you just put in.
Try 7.
No.
Or 777.
Put X in the center square.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's amazing. I got the same code
on my luggage.
What could the password be?
I don't know. We haven't gone over. I mean, there's also a bunch of really tiny text here at the bottom here.
I'll laugh my ass off if somebody copy and pasted Data's favorite code from TNG, because that would be hysterical. So yeah, I'm sure all the lore guys are going to be completely going crazy, go nuts, dissecting every single little element of this. So I'm sure there'll be some consolidated data released at some point.
Yeah, the tiny text was the terms and conditions that I think Funk was pointing to earlier.
Yeah. So now the question is, can you scroll the settings so that it actually says Rickrolled in the corner of the text? Because somebody did their thesis paper that way.
I think I might have a guess on the password.
Whip it out.
Well, do we have a username and a password, or are we just assuming that it should be Durandal?
Deca says it's Durandal. And Deca, as far as we can tell, is always right.
Okay,
I cannot disagree.
Okay, what's our guess on password?
Manus Celer Dei.
Oh,
the name of his Yarrow battle cruiser from the end of Marathon 2.
That's a no.
Darn.
Well, how are you spelling it?
MANUSCELERDEI.
Is it caps? Is it got a hyphen?
Shouldn't be.
Is it? Did they do elite speak and change vowels for numbers? You know, I mean.
I think the username. By the way, I think it accepts anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah. See, you can enter anything as a username, and it then moves to password. So.
Oh, I got an idea. Try guest.
Joshua.
Joshua. Can't be that simple.
Yeah, it isn't.
Bingle?
World domination?
There you go,
Is there a password anywhere in the marathon term?
How about Gnop?
I'm pretty sure the answer is going to be found within the text of the site or within the trailer itself.
Yeah.
It's not. They're not going to depend on trivial knowledge of the previous stuff, especially since they're not aiming it at us really anyway.
Yeah, and you know that they're
That's
going to
true. This is
dissect that
done by an
HTML
outside
code
firm.
in a text editor, to find it. I mean, they're absolutely famous for puzzles. In fact, I'm going through frame by frame for like all the glitchy pages for like any hint of either text or possibly another Q code that's like hidden in the background or something, among the graphical artistic style changes for transitions.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there are a bunch of pages in the middle, the little glitchy transfers. There's all kinds of code in here. So the question is, how much is even legible at 4K?
We have two characters here with birth dates. So actually, the login and password could be any combination of that. One of their names and a birth date, for instance.
Well, yeah, the login name could be that guy, right? We could try his name.
Yeah, there's at least two names in here, and we've got both of their date of births.
Yeah, try those. And try those and their DOBs.
And their dubs. Put them in.
Is it bad that when I saw the Mothman images and whatnot, I sadly jumped to the Red Angel and had horrible flashbacks?
That also appears to be a no, at least done that way.
No? Okay.
By streamlining
In the
processes
heavens
and
there-
procedures, Sakaguchi has grown and helped secure a leading position in the robotics and biomata manufacturing industry.
Wait a minute. Okay, there's a name tag, but I can't read any of the really tiny text. There's a little ID tag in the trailer. It's like 07NU. He's the one that gets shot. And you see the badge for a second, but you can't really make out any detail.
Yeah, I think the badge is... I'm looking at it right now. I think the badge is actually the sniper.
Yeah. Oh, is it? I thought it was the other guy that was running out.
No, it's got the sniper's headgear.
Okay.
And face.
There's a word over here, cord, COORD. I don't know what that's a reference for.
I think it's short for coordinate.
Okay. No numbers there. That's blurry. There's a Midas symbol. No, is that the Traxxas symbol? Yeah, it's a Traxxas symbol. They're tattooing on the lips of one of the soldiers. Trying to see the helmet, but I can't see on the UESC guy. If he's EUSC and that weapon that he dropped, what weapons were they carrying? Oh, there's a number on the side of his pack. It says 2704. You see that as he's falling.
So many numbers in that thing. I don't know if we can do
Marathon
anything.
reference too, isn't it? Or is that a Ghost in the Shell? Or is it a Ghost in the Shell reference?
No, that was 2501.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah.
No, I don't know if it is the sniper because she has the number 6 on her gear.
Yeah.
The ID was for number 7.
But the picture is of the...
of the sniper?
Yeah,
maybe
it has the 6 on her gear, too. That is interesting and weird, though.
Yeah.
I love this note on Polygon. Bungie will finally become a 2-game studio when it releases Marathon, which will run alongside Destiny 2.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I guess they're not giving them any credit for developing Oni and Halo at the same time, even though they were literally two different locations.
Please, Ganop? Yeah, nobody mentions Myth, any of those 3 games. Nobody mentions Marathon.
But those were all done one at a time. Like everything from Operation Desert Storm all the way up through.
Infinity, while Bungie was working for Myth.
Yeah.
I was working with Myth, so.
Nobody mentions Oni.
Yeah, they did Marathon 1 and 2, and then they moved on to Myth. And the only 2 up to now that were being worked on at the same time were Oni and Halo, but they weren't being done by the same people at all. Like Bungie West was basically like an entirely separate organization with their own studio. They only got smashed together, I think, post-acquisition.
Well, the other question I have is, do we know any of the names behind this one, and are there any old schoolers?
Barrett. So like the highest profile name that's attached to this is Barrett.
Really, anybody else? Anybody got any info on anybody else? Would be my question.
Jason.
I don't think Jason doesn't get mentioned.
I haven't seen his name anywhere on here.
But come on, you know what he's doing.
Do we? Has anybody heard Jason, or has he been radio silent this whole time?
I have heard, and now that I'm saying this is like rumors of rumors, that he's been checked out of Destiny for a little while and was trying to work on the next thing.
Which would be true to form.
I was to say, did Jason Jones really do a lot of work on any of the sequels? Like he tends to.
He's always said he hated sequels. So
yeah.
Well, he had to on Marathon 2. I mean, he's in it.
And Barrett is one of the old school people because he's been there at least since Myth 2.
I just love how I do feel a little, the warm cockles of my heart, because for the longest time I always thought, hey, wouldn't it be great if they did another marathon? And everybody and their cousin jumped and said, no, never gonna happen. No one's gonna touch it. No, how could you? No, no one would bother.
I thought they were around. Yeah, I thought they were. I thought they were doing it because of the language referring to Marathon in the contract that became public because of the Call of Duty lawsuit.
Oh well, yeah.
But later, it was explained to me by people who knew that literally was like I thought it was. I thought the whole thing about doing the iOS ports was way too low profile to warrant inclusion in that contract. But then I was told no, that's exactly what it was for.
They got to cover bases, but yeah, it just I knew that the evolution of the technology would give rise to making stylistic games that would appeal to a wider audience, but still with having such a rich story and concept that it was just begging to have a modern reiteration of it. It was gonna come. It was just a question of when. And nobody would have thought if any of the old schoolers weren't involved that it wouldn't have the same weight or quality. But we've already got Barrett's name tied to it. Jones is a rumor. So that in and of itself, would that be enough to get you and old school fans even remotely interested?
Well, Chris Barrett is so important in Bungie now. Like, he's going to be tied to anything.
Yeah.
I've... Oh, go ahead.
There's also a note here in this Polygon story that does say that, yes, this is the game that was funded by the investment from NetEase. So this is $100 million from NetEase to Bungie, specifically to help it build multiple teams working on new properties. And that was before the Sony acquisition, but this is that game.
Okay, so this is the one backed by China.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you can see what China wants is its own live service game by the people who ran Destiny.
They want a Destiny competition competitor. That's what they want.
Yeah. So I pulled up Christopher Barrett's Twitter and I found some concept art of the compiler and also the dude from that got shot.
Oh yeah,
that looks a little bit like the security officer in that concept art. A little.
Yeah, kind of.
It's posted in the voice chat's chat channel.
Oh
yeah, I can see it.
They're bringing Cade back from the death for Final Shape. I didn't know that either. I know there was a bunch of trailers today, and I just didn't. I haven't caught up with any of them yet.
Oh, I didn't even.
But
see
literally
the stuff yet.
I did also notice.
Trailer looking for that one.
I did notice something else on Christopher Barrett's Twitter that I've posted.
Oh yeah. Okay, I see where you're going. Yeah, it's the whole soldier concept art.
Yeah. But the third link I posted is a link to it's the thing at the bottom of the marathon page.
Yes, that's the text that I was talking about with that logo.
But a whole bunch of stuff is different.
Really? Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, what are those letters there? SOURBN?
Yeah, so on the marathon page that I have loaded right now, those letters are ESTJZT. They're in a whole bunch of different places. Additionally, the dots and numbers off to the left are different. And the Roman numeral is different as well.
Okay, so and the secured, it says 2 is secured, not 4.
Yep.
Wow. Okay, so yeah, maybe the disparaging differences are the code somehow.
Yeah.
Nice, great find.
I wonder what happens if I open this in a private window.
It'll probably launch a chatbot AI that will destroy all of humanity. It's just a
All right,
thought.
well, I need to go have breakfast with my dad, and then we're going to go to the airport and fly back to America. So please
Cool.
wish me a safe flight.
Safe
Does your dad
travels.
work at Nintendo?
What?
Does your dad work at Nintendo?
Why is everyone assuming that just because I stood on a street that I am associated with Nintendo?
It's a meme. My dad works for My dad works for Nintendo as a meme.
Yeah, but not to mention the fact that Tetris just came out, which was really good. So that's kind of in the mindset.
Tetris just came out.
All right, guys. I'll see you guys later. Hopefully, we'll get some neat updates on this later, and have a good rest of the day.
You too, Jill. Oh,
yes.
Don't forget my shot glass.
Hey, guys. I got you and Narc one.
Awesome.
I was going to get Funk one, but I don't think he's received his Queen stickers, and well, I don't want to throw away a shot glass. So, sorry,
I have a map. I want a map.
Yeah, the last thing the Funk needs is alcohol. All right, dude. Have a safe trip.
Thank you, guys. I'll see you soon.
Bye.
Yeah.
All right. See ya.
And he was never seen or heard from again. Okay.
I haven't gotten my Queen stuff. He's right. I don't know what happened to that.
Did it get lost in the mail?
I don't know.
Well, that's weird.
There was a cool bookmark, Queen Amidala bookmark. I was hoping for.
Ugh, bummer.
Oh yeah, they put it in one. Bungie put it in one tweet that says, "We're thrilled to be finally sharing Marathon the game with you, as well as welcoming Cade 6 back to Destiny for the final shape."
Wow, how they pull that off?
I think they only killed him off because of what's Castle's
Marin
name?
Fillion's availability.
Yeah,
it could be. The other question I have is he going to go and kill Crow?
Oh, I don't know. Good question. We're delighted to say actor Nathan Fillion is reprising his role as Cade for the Destiny universe.
Okay, here's another question.
They only got him because Zavala's not there.
Oh, maybe? That'd be awful thought. I'm curious, is he going to re-record the dialogue that Nolan North did for his role in the Forsaken campaign and copy and paste it in?
That would be good. I would approve of that.
That would be good.
Well, I mean,
doubt it, but
Peter Dinklage back for the Ghost.
Well, they had him redo all the Ghost stuff for the original stuff, right? So now they have him back, though.
Yeah,
I would
but
think
Ghost,
that they would want to
Ghost is Ghost you need for the whole thing. For all the new players who were going to play Destiny 1 from the start, you needed all of Ghost's stuff.
Right, but I'm just saying that, do you think they would even ask? It's like, oh, hey, by the way, could you read all these lines too? Thanks. Do you know what I mean? If he's in the booth, better have it, not need it.
It depends on if they're going to pay him for it.
Yeah.
Well, they're paid for him in the session anyway when they roll. So having him read off like literally a page or two may totally be feasible at the time anyway. I just don't know if anyone's going to be opportunistic enough to bother. Because I mean, they could easily fix it in a patch for subsequent things, but since they replaced Ghost stuff and they had to retroactively do it for all of it because he was such a main character, there's only a small section where Nolan North did Fillion's role. So that's way smaller, way easier, and if he's going to be doing the final shape anyway...
They could just add that if they wanted. They could do that.
That seems like a simple fix that completionists would want.
Mm-hmm. Also, I just remembered about Lance Reddick, and I was about to start a new playthrough of Quantum Break, and I don't think I'm ready for it.
Oh, please. It was hard enough getting through John Wick 4, man. And seriously, he was not in it that long, but seeing him just absolutely was gut-wrenching. In the film and in real life, yes.
Yeah, there you go.
So, yeah.
There's also
that was tough to see.
There's also a note here on BungieNet that says this is not a direct sequel to the originals, but something that belongs in the same universe.
Okay, see, I knew that. I figured it was going to be a slice in between of time and or space. It's not going to be a story continuation or a retcon or whatever.
It's not a direct sequel. then that's not the Marathon.
Yeah, they're also
it's
saying here
necessarily a direct-
they're talking about nods to the universe's lore. So I'm guessing like this is going to be a lot of references, but like it's going to be more tempting to try to integrate this, but that'll only be slightly less annoying than the people trying to prove that Halo, Marathon, and Destiny all take place in the same universe.
In the same one, yeah. No, this is going to be fan service 101. And to be honest, I'm curious.
It's easier to say if Destiny and Marathon take place in the same universe.
Especially asking Leela and the fan community for the Marathon modders is like, do you think anyone is going to stylistically try to do another one that does tie into the new game?
Yeah.
Yee, there's an idea.
Our design philosophy here is to have players affect the story of the world through their choices and actions. This approach lets us shape the overall narrative direction of the game experience while giving players a direct sense of agency and power. Designed from the start as a PvP-focused game and will not have a single-player campaign.
That, to me, is a mistake, but that's just me.
I don't think it's going to be like PvP mode only. They can't do that.
It literally says that. It says right here, it is a PvP first game. There will not be a single player campaign.
Yeah. No, but what I mean by that is, like, imagine if Destiny was just the Vanguard Strike playlist. That's not PvP, but it's like, that's also not single player. See, I would expect something where I would expect there is something for non-competitive people in this game.
Let me give you an idea of what I think they're really looking for.
They're looking for things that people think about in great competitive experiences.
Yeah, they're looking for Fortnite. They're looking for PUBG with a Marathon skin. That's what it's going to be. They don't see campaign as being a big deal or a who cares. It's simply the target audience they're going for, and there are more of them than there are of story fans of D1 and 2.
But then why bring in the IP?
It's a known quantity. It's got a fan base. It's
barely.
The interest of it alone has gotten old people that haven't talked to each other in decades in the same Discord room.
There's another.
They know it's good.
There's another response here because they do talk about so extraction shooters are about dying and losing stuff and gear management, and there's also a thing. The questions they ask is, do you only fight other players in Marathon? And the answer is the heart of Marathon's gameplay experience is PvP. But it isn't the whole story. We're building a rich, immersive world that will have ample opportunities for exploration and conflict, both against other players and AI-controlled enemies. So, like, think PUBG with bots, I guess.
This is giving Titanfall and Brink vibes.
Yeah. I think Titanfall might be a much better template for what they're talking about here. And I think the date that's being rumored here is 2025.
Okay, so we're still in hurry up, wait 2 years at least.
Still 2 years away.
Okay, well,
and then that'll get delayed.
Yeah, so I've kind of not been following Bungie's current developments for a little bit. I will admit, I fell off Destiny pretty hard at the start of Destiny 2. Is Bungie's time frame still like whatever time they say plus an additional 7 times whatever that time is?
Well, D2 is just about wrapping up. They've literally just announced like the second to last big thing today. Yesterday. It just came out last night. I've played like one level of it, of their Season of the Deep. After that is the final shape, which will be the end of the black and white style evil dark against light campaign for the series, which has been coming on a decade. What they're going to do after that or how long it's going to linger, who knows? But if they do anything with D2, it's not going to be what they've been doing up until now.
Mm-hmm.
They were only independent for a very tiny slice of this whole period, so they haven't really been in control of their own release dates. I mean, Microsoft made them release stuff before it was ready, and there's no reason to think that Sony's not going to do the same.
Oh God, no! They're going to push out the thing on the due date that they wanted, whatever it is, whether it's ready or not.
Didn't they delay the last expansion?
Well, there was a whole lot of talk where apparently there were a bunch of things like the whole Strand element they wanted to have actually for Witch Queen, but it wasn't ready or they couldn't balance it or whatever else. It still needed to work. So that's why that came out later with the Neo Moon and the New City stuff. But there were major components that they wanted for other things, but there was the COVID, there was behind the scenes stuff, and apparently there were other things that just did not make it into and on time where they originally had planned. That at least is what I've been read and or told. Mm-hmm. What the extent of that is, I honestly don't know. Strand was like the only thing they really talked about because the style of it, it's green, it's evil looking. They wanted it for Witch Queen, and I guess it wasn't ready for prime time, and that's why we ended up getting that later. So that kind of shuffled the pieces around the board as far as what came out when.
So, in other words, Bungie delays everything still.
I wouldn't say anything. That's the only thing that really comes to mind that I can think off the top of my head. I'm sure if you
think of something they haven't delayed.
Yeah.
They still haven't fixed capes for hunters, so
For what it's worth, I vastly prefer the content being released when it's ready, rather than it getting rushed out the door and having to be fixed after the fact.
I totally agree.
By the way, this puzzle at the top of the webpage, I think, is the hint for the password. It says here, remaining code sequenced and severed. Code layer files align to create code master. Code master needed to enable external link. So I think what they mean here, that this sequence of numbers and the dots here on this first page, you align something, and that's going to get us a password.
Oh, it's not the code as master?
No, I tried that. I tried code master. I tried code layer as username and code master as password. But I'm guessing since we have numbers in one area and letters in the other one, that this is likely a username and login pair in here if we figure
Probably. Well, it absolutely kills me that literally this little trailer and a website link and a couple of code listings and whatever else has piqued more interest and literally dragged people out of the old school woodwork more so than anything that D2 has come up with in a very long time.
Yep.
That kind of kills me. It really does.
Now,
but I love
here's the interesting question. What is going to develop as the premier marathon community? Like Destiny ended up having the Destiny subreddit over time. There's a marathon subreddit. I think we've all been there, and we even have there's an official Discord that we all
the most popular post there is, if this is about running, you're in the wrong subreddit.
That's right. Will that subreddit full of old fogies and losers like us end up being the hippest new place?
We'll have to see.
I'm more curious as to who's going to be populating that space.
Oh my god! I just went to it. There's a billion posts of this subreddit is now worthless. It's just people like
just spamming.
This is horrible. Oh no.
Okay. All right. The other question I have is, has anybody, especially Claude, reserved any domain names lately? And if so, what are they?
Well, they shouldn't need to. They just go to marathon.bungie.org.
Well, see, that's just it. Is that going to suddenly become the one-stop shopping, or is someone going to make a new one to reflect the new style, the new game, the new crowd, the new audience, and dare I say, a new forum with updated features? So,
you don't want your forum written in Perl from 1995?
Well, it has its fans, I'll tell you that. It also has its detractors. So
I think that would be pretty cool, though. Like, people are Googling the game, they find the website, and it's the website. They got all the new updates about the game, but somehow the news archives go back to 1995.
Well, see, the funny thing is, they'll think it would be intentional old school retro. They'd go, "Oh my god, look at this! This is awesome!" It's like, dude, it's the same site that's been there forever. So the audience is so young, they'll literally think it was by design.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I do need to dip.
Okay. Well,
yeah, I think we're gonna have to stop
in,
this soon too, because I've also got to go.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
all right.
Thank you guys for having me. You guys have a great night.
Anytime, man. You too.
Bye.
All right, and well, I guess that's going to be it for us. We'd like to thank everyone who tuned in to our incredibly impromptu and out of random nowhere marathon announcement stream. Please feel free to check out all of our exciting stuff coming up on our rampancy.net channel. And for all of our schedule listings, please feel free to check out our schedule page at rampancy.net/schedule. Until next time, I am Blackstar, he is Narcogen, he is Funk, and for all of our special guests, we'd like to thank their participation. We are Rampancy, and we certainly hope to catch all of you next time. Thank you for watching.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Hmm.